I'm your host Mocaso, and we are here in the RAW DAO's first Raw High Club jet with Jazzy, filming my new metacast Evolutionaries. You guys know we can all see society is evolving. The way we connect, work, socialize, and even dress is transforming daily. This is a metacast dedicated to sitting down with those that see this as an opportunity and dive into how they are evolving along with it. As I mentioned, I'm sitting here with Ms. Jazzy from GotYoBack corporation or organization, where it's a charity, a business, and so much more in the community. And she sees Web3, the metaverse, these tools for how you can empower yourself in the digital world. And we are going to dive into how she is growing in this space as well. And before we got started today, I was telling her how although she is not the furthest in the space, stories like hers is still very important to share, because all of our viewers may not have galleries or may not be as far ahead as some of our other guests have been. But no matter where you are in that journey, that matters, and your story can still inspire others because you still have learned so much. Jazzy just learned how to sit down here in the metaverse, and yesterday we had game night, and she was here and, learning how to run, learning how to walk, learning how to use the space and envision how she can bring all that she does into the space every single day. And not only this, but she has been in other digital spaces as well. And just being on social media is another social platform in different ways. So again, we can just learn so much from each other and our experiences. And it's important for us to connect. And so I'm very excited to sit down with Jazzy today and explore more of her journey with her. And then we do have a special treat at the end where we will actually be heading into our new Raw Meta Mall and showing you guys her new space. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But Jazzy, I would love to give you the mic and ask you to introduce yourself.
Hey, I am Jazzy. I am the owner of GotYoBack, which is, like you said, it's a business. I have GotYoBack, which is the LLC, and then GotYoBack Foundation, which is the charity side, where anything that we sell on the business side, the contributions goes towards the foundation to help increase resources in the community for populations and people who have been forgotten or overlooked. So I'm from Chicago. I'm currently residing in Atlanta, and like you said, I'm just trying to learn the digital space and revolutionize my business for the future, so I don't get left behind, because I do not want to be left behind. So yeah, that's just to sum up who I am, and I'm excited to be here.
Wow, that is amazing, and I love how you said that. Cause hey, if you taking care of those that already got left behind, you can't get left behind too, right? So it's like
Okay.
it's like your duty to stay ahead so that you can help those, and that's what that cycle is all about, right? And that's just amazing. And so I would love to hear kind of more about what you have done so far to help your business evolve. Because, like I said, your story is a little different, where a lot of times you talk about how people have kind of evolved in Web3 and use like NFTs, but you, I know, have already been in another digital mall, and you've again used social media. So I would say before you really kind of stepped into, like, now we're here in the metaverse, when you first got started, what was your business like, or how were you operating with your business?
So when I first got started, well, initially, actually, before I even knew what the purpose behind my business was, like the scope of it, the initial idea, back in, I want to say it was 2015, when I was in grad school. I was taking the train to school, and always seeing the friends outside and people, asking for help, and just the way that I grew up, like having limited resources or no resources at all, impacted my life. And so initially, Got Your Back was supposed to be just bags, like backpacks and different types of bags that were like filled with products or just like anything that's needed depending on who we were helping at the time. If we were helping one of the friends, then it'll have like hygiene products, clothing items, food, things like that. We recently did a kit for those experiencing infant loss, um, where it was like filled with a journal, some motivation, tea, a grief and loss book, and more things. So that was the initial like push. It was just supposed to be just bags, but as I like got into it, it's like okay, I want to create clothing items as well, just to showcase, everybody. Well, oftentimes, I don't know how to explain it, but oftentimes you hear like it's a cold world, like nobody's gonna help you. You in it on your own. Nobody got your back. You can't depend on nobody. And I just
Mm-hmm.
feel like there's more people in the world like me who feel like no, there are people that care. There
Mm.
are people who have your back. There are people who you can lean on for support. And so I just wanted to create like merch for people who understood that and represented that as well. And so that's how the merch came about. So I'm kind of trying to, so I just combined both, like the bags and the merch, and then created the foundation side for future projects because it's my goal to have a community center in different like major cities where people can just come and get resources. They can come and have a space where they're gathered and they feel like, okay, these people really care about me. They care about my growth. They're helping me get on the right path and succeed and have a good quality of life. Because I just feel like people should be able to have their basic needs met. People should be able to have shelter, and so I want to have use that community center for those things. Like in the daytime it's used for people to come and get resources. At night it can be used as shelter for those that don't have housing, or emergency shelter for people who are like fleeing domestic situations and things like that. So that's where the foundation comes to play, just so I'm able to provide those different resources. So
Ooh,
that's
that
the sum on how I got started.
that's a powerful start right there. I'm excited to ooh, and I already see it. I see the community that is showing I got your back. I see the work that y'all are already doing together. And especially, we have a initiative right now where we're raising funds for black men using your merch. And you were the first person I thought of, like, man, we trying to raise funds, but how can we do that? And I'm like, I know Jazzy has knows how to do this, and is that's what it is. And like you said, when you have a community that's the mission and everyone's got your back, y'all gonna we gonna take over, with that. And I'm just excited to be a part of that and to see all that you're able to conquer. And I know it's gonna be powerful because like you said, there are plenty of people that are out here and willing to help those in society. And I think, again, that's why I even mentioned social media, because you even show that on social media in a time where maybe that's not the hottest topic, but it's still important to be present. And so I would love to dive more into how you've been evolving in that digitally, because like you said, yeah, it may take a lot to get the funding to really get your physical community centers, but right now you're still getting that message out there. And I know you've been hard at that on social media and also in the first Black Digital Mall by A Conundrum. So I would love to hear more about how you started to evolve and really put in that work to help get your message out there through channels like that.
So it's really been a struggle. Trying to like evolve digitally. It's like you said, it's a learning process, and I'm just continuously learning how to navigate in a digital space. The first Black virtual mall that I was in, I was in it and I was as confused as I was when I came here. Okay, trying to navigate this space, but I understand like the concepts, and I understand like the future and the vision behind it. And so I just took a leap of faith, gave it a shot just so I can like get my feet wet and figure it out. And then I'm still in the process of trying to figure out how the two go hand in hand and how I can like make it all cohesive while like informing the public of the cohesiveness as well. So I think I'm
Mm,
still like just learning and growing, doing as much like research as I can, in the process, with life,
right.
at the same time. So yeah, I'm just here trying to learn. But it's been a struggle. But like I said, most I know how to do is like I know how to edit. I know how to, create videos. I know how to do those things. But it's been a task, trying to do all those things at once by myself. I'm a one man army, so just trying to navigate all the spaces at once is a bit challenging, but I'm doing it. So
No,
I'll get better.
and that was about to be my next question because, like you said, it is a challenge, right? Learning, doing it, growing it, and like you said, being that one man army and being early, right? Trying, like you said, then also having to educate others while you still learning yourself. Is definitely it.
Yeah.
So I would say, I mean, you just kind of mentioned it, but would you say what has been your biggest challenge that you are like, um, nah, I don't want to say holding you back, but I feel like once you get over that, it will help you kind of get on to that next step in your digital journey or even in your evolution in general with your business.
Um, I think the biggest struggle would be I guess portraying, pushing across like the genuineness of me, kind of has been the biggest struggle because I always get a lot of pushback, which is surprising to me. I get a lot of pushback from people that like have been like scammed before and have like given and like they don't see the outcome of their support,
Mm,
and other people. And so they kind of push those experiences off on me. And they're like, oh, this is a scam. And oh, digital, like, no, I don't trust that. Like, I don't understand it. I'm not supporting that. And I'm like trying to get them to understand and like trying to break it down in a way that they can't understand. And they're like, hey, I understand your past experiences, but this is real. Like, this is real life. These things are happening in the world right now. And I don't want you to be too late seeing it, but I think that's ultimately been my biggest struggle, like the pushback and people putting their experiences with other organizations and people off on me,
right.
when that's, not the case. I'm like, I do this on my own, which is, I take accountability for my part on like how often I remember to actually like pick up the camera, record, update, because it's just in me to just do in the
Right.
moment, or when I'm thinking about something, I plan it and I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm living it, so it's hard for me to like record and update. It's like after the fact, like, oh man, I should have recorded that, or I should have asked to get their reaction, or
Mm-hmm.
how, what I'm doing impacted their life. Um, in that way. So it's kind of like people are like, what are you doing? What have you been doing? It's like I've been doing a lot. I just, it's not natural for me to pick up the camera because I know if I was in that situation, or when I have been in that situation, the last thing I want people to do is put a camera in my face, record me, or
Right.
things like that, because it's embarrassing sometimes to be in certain situations where you feel like, um how did I get here? Why am I here? And you don't want everybody to know your business. So
Mm-hmm.
I just try to stay aware and conscious of that as well, and trying to portray that to the public as well. Like, not everybody wants to be seen, but in some
Right.
cases it's beneficial when working with people, because like, so when I was helping like some of the friends, like some people's families have like been looking for them, not knowing where they are, and like having videos and posting on social media like, oh, like that's my cousin, like we've been looking for her, like where did you find her, where is she at, you can give me her contact information and stuff like that. Like, that's impactful, but that those are things that people don't see.
Right.
um and so yeah, that's ultimately that's been my biggest struggle. But
Yeah. And
I feel like
that's a
the
big
more I do
one.
it,
That's a big
Yeah.
one because,
The
like you
more I
said,
do it, and the more that people see it, they'll understand. I guess eventually.
that's all it is, right? Because you know what it is, right? And it's like some people just have to catch up, and you just keep being that example and doing God's work that God told you to do, and just,
hmm
um, and like you said, you learn along the way, right? Because I see a lot of behind the scenes of you putting the bags together and that kind of work, and I love that part of it too, and just that part of it. So, even that is a great way for you to be able to do that. So, with that being said, I would love to hear one of your short term and one of your long term goals. I know we've kind of heard a bit of it here before, or even before we get into that, we just talked about the challenging part. What is your favorite part about what you are doing and your journey so far?
My favorite part is the impact of like what the purpose is. So like I said, like those moments where it's like you have people telling you like, no, today like was the day I was gonna end my life because I thought nobody cared. Like that for me is important and it's like the best part about the work that I do because I know it's meaningful and I know it's purposeful. And I get a lot of like a lot. It's crazy to even think about like how often I hear that. Um or like I haven't eaten in 2 days, 3 days. Like people threw this like threw food out their window at me. People have spit at me, and it's like what? Like I can't imagine. And it's like so to run across somebody as kind and genuine as you know, that's impactful for me. And I know like it's the purpose behind what I do, and so that's been the best part about what I do. And I forgot the other question you asked.
No, that was amazing because that is it. Like you said, it's real people, right? Like you said, people sit there and wonder how have I gotten there because you don't understand until you've been there. But life happens, right? Like we said, it's something trying to balance life in general, and that's a challenge, and just show people that hey, no matter what you're going through, there's a community that's got your back. That's impactful, and I love the impact that you're making in one life, because there's a scripture that says you save one life, you save all of mankind. So
Mhm.
it definitely makes a difference. So my question was, what is one short-term goal and one long-term goal that you have for your next evolution, for where you'd like to take your business next?
Short term goal. Um, I don't know if it's a long term or short term, but short term this year I'm planning like a crowdfunding um campaign to like start working towards the community center, or at least if I like it's gonna take a lot to get community center, but crowdfunding so I can at least start like programming, like going into the schools for programming, going into the community, just hosting like community events like outside where the people that I serve are, going into apartment complexes, having um like informationals, like bringing people on that's teaching about financial literacy, teaching about balance, teaching about self care, mental health, just going to the people because a lot of times we have things that we expect people like, oh, they need this, so they should come to us, but oftentimes it's kind of hard to get to you. So I feel like if I'm going to them, that's better. So that's my short term goal to crowdfund to start doing those things. A lot of places they like I can do these things for free depending on because everybody just everybody wants something. But yeah, so that's just my goal ultimately, so that I can start building that network to get to the community center, which is ultimately the long term goal is the community center, but that's a long term goal. But
Right.
yeah, short term is crowdfunding for this year.
That's amazing. Those are great goals, and you stepping in the right direction to accomplish that. And I'm excited. Like I got your back, so I'm gonna definitely be there. And any way that we can continue to help you, with these ideas on how we can get out. We were already talking about different things that we can do. And you see how we are doing that now. Like I mentioned, with we're selling merch and we're donating that to a charity now called the Hidden Genius Project, But the really cool thing about the Raw DAO is that we all have businesses and are selling NFTs or merch, and like everybody's dedicated a percent to go towards that business. And I would love for that to even be able to go back into businesses like yourself, where we can really, use all of our power to help these kind of missions come into fruition. So I definitely am
Yeah.
excited to attack that goal this year with you. And so you all stay tuned so that you can help too. You hear how we can really help change lives. And if you want to be a part of that, make sure you follow her on social media and everywhere, because yeah, we taking over. So I always love to ask this last
Yes,
question.
yeah. Oh, hold on. Oh, go.
Go ahead.
Well, I say, and also, like, um, I guess it's a long term, short. I guess it's a mixture of in between long and short term too, for like moving into the tech space. Is like creating an app. So that's just something like it's in the works, but slowly but surely coming along. I'm excited about it though. It's just an app for like Got Your Back where it will bridge the gap. I think, in my opinion, it will bridge the gap between people who are skeptical about the digital space and not. So like people who you can download the app on your phone, and if you like need any resources, if you like need emergency transportation, like if you're fleeing a domestic situation, if you're um living up like you live outside and you're needing food or you're needing bus fare or you need clothes for an interview, like you can go into the app and there'll be people um on the other end, so two sides of the app, people who need resources and people who offer resources, so that
Mm,
like if you're in the area you have clothes like business clothes, or you're in the area you're a chef and you have leftover food, or or that's just what you do, or you use a day and you're giving back, like you could go on the app and say, hey, today I'm in this area and I have these resources, and people who need those resources can go on the app and say, hey, these are the resources I need, and they can see people in their area who's offering those, and they can connect to get the resources on there, together, versus it being like me, a one man army, trying to help everybody, because unrealistically, I feel like I can, but I know it's not possible. But I
mm-hmm.
think in that way, you have more people helping and more people receiving the help that they need,
Wow.
and uh, getting that message across. So yes, I'm
That's
excited about that. I forgot to mention that.
that's amazing, and that's a great way to keep building that community, because that's definitely what I've got from Got Your Back, right? It's just like a community of people that's got your back, and that's it, right? Whether you need it or you got it,
Mm-hmm.
we all got each other's back, and that's what's important. And I love that, and I can't wait to see that app. I'm gonna definitely be on there, and I think that will also help you, like you said, with that global impact, right? Like maybe somebody's in somebody's area, and you not all the way in that state, but you got somebody in that state that has the ability to help them in that manner. And yeah, that I
Yeah.
definitely could see that, especially because now with tech, you can even take that global, man, and like it's amazing
Mm-hmm.
the kind of things that we're going to be able to do. So I have one last question, which is just if there was a teenager that seen what you were doing and kind of wanted and was inspired to follow your path in order to make an impact as well with a business, what is some advice that you would give to them?
Don't second guess. And follow your initial vision. So if you have a dream and you feel like that's unattainable, or it seems too far fetched, or you don't feel like you have the full um scope of like how this is going to happen, when is it going to happen, I feel like you just do it, just start, because once you start, you open you you open up doors for things to become clearer. But if you never start and you're just in your mind like, I don't know how this is going to work, I have this idea, um but I don't think that it's possible for me to even do it. I'll wait to the right time, or I'll wait till I do this. Like, don't wait. Just start and start moving. Because if you got the vision, if you got the dream, then you got it for a reason. So just start. Is would be my advice. Just move. Whether you move 2% today, 3% tomorrow, or you get 50%, 100% a week from now, or a year from now, like just start, because you give 1% a day. Just start doing research. Um, on the possibilities, if it's even a thing already, your dream or your goal is already out there. Just research and start moving the best way that you can. Use what you have, and do what you can at the moment, and then things will begin to flow to you.
Ooh, y'all heard that, and I love that. We appreciate your messages. We appreciate you for sharing your story here with us today. I do see we have just landed at the Raw Meta Mall, so I want everybody to come follow us and meet us there.
Flight crew, please prepare for landing.
And we are here in the Raw Meta Mall. You guys see it. We have so much in store, so be on the lookout from that from Tiny. But we are here to talk about GotYoBack, which is the first full store here in the Raw Meta Mall, again by Tiny Creates. So, and this is the first time that Jazzy gets to see it as well. So I'm excited to see her reaction.
Yes.
And
oh my goodness.
It feels like one of those like home makeover shows when it's like, this is your new store.
Yeah, I was not expecting this at all.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I love it.
Oh, yay. And you guys.
Hey, Tiny.
Oh, right. I'm trying to tell you, she do not be playing in this space. So let me tell you guys all about it. First of all, you see the merch. Okay, that's Miss Jazzy, and she got your back. And that's the crew neck and the t-shirt. Amazing quality items. And you see here, you can actually shop the items. So if you click on this portal, you'll see it takes you right to GotYoBack.org. And you guys see here, we are currently looking at her shop. And you see it's take 25% off. And you can see all of the merch that she has available here. Hey, there's Tiny right there, actually with the GotYoBack times raw crew neck, where 25% of the proceeds, again, is donated to the actual Hidden Genius project, and any of her actual merch, like she said, is gone to the foundation. So no matter what you support, it supports the mission. So make sure you guys check that out. And then Jazzy, is there anything else?
And you can leave a note. Yeah, if you order and you leave a note, you can leave a note that says like, if you want your donations to go to a specific place, like the GotYoBack Raw, that's already dedicated to the Hidden Genius project. But like anything that you order on the site, you can say like, well, I like this style, but I want to donate to the infant loss boxes, or I like this style and I want to donate for housing for one of the friends. Like you can leave that so that I'll use those funds specifically for that. You know, and if you have something or like a population that you haven't seen me work with or that you want to see, like you can also leave that, like you want to see this for me, and I'll incorporate that as well.
Ooh, and then you guys see over here, there is an area even dedicated to talking more about that. And so you can see here, let me zoom up, where it says sponsor a box. These are the comfort kits for mothers experiencing pregnancy and infant loss. And then again, you can click on the portal right here that will take you straight to being able to sponsor a kit right there on the actual site. But again, like she mentioned, you can do a lot, but it shows you exactly what is in that kit, everything she mentioned there. And you guys see, it's for real, and you can really help with that. And we've got a space dedicated for you to come and learn about all of the projects that Jazzy will be a part of, all of the merch that is here, because this shop ain't going nowhere. Okay, this is, and it's 24/7, so you're able to come in here anytime to see what's happening. And like I was telling Jazzy, in this mall we have a monthly event that we'll be planning, and she can have her own events in here anytime to bring the community together. So y'all already know, be on the lookout, okay? Because we're not playing 2023 with achieving these goals. And you know, you got big goals to accomplish, and we got your back for sure around here.
Yes, thank you.
Of course.
I love this. I'm super excited.
Yes, me too.
How do I clap?
Oh,
I don't know how to clap.
Or if you're on your computer, it's a C. It's a C.
Oh, C. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. We learning. And so And that was her main message, right? Because I was just about to say, Jazzy, is there anything else that you want to say? But I want to remind y'all what she said about how you're not going to learn all the way unless you get right in there. My husband has a saying where he says, grab your ducks and run across the street. Don't wait until all your ducks is in a row. So,
Yeah. I like that.
Right. Grab them and run. You're going to learn and dodge along the way. But aside from that, is there anything else you want to leave the good friends with today, Miss Jazzy?
Well, this message has been, this probably, I don't want to get too deep, but this message has been kind of like the theme for the first month of 2023 for me, and I've just been telling everybody, like, sometimes, life will put you in dark spaces, and dark places, and the only way to get out of those dark places is to keep moving. Eventually you will get to the light, but if you stay stagnant and sitting there, the light is not going to come to you. You just have, like, the light is within you. So as long as you keep moving through that dark space, like, your path will be lit up. So that's my ultimate message. Just keep moving. Don't stay stuck and stagnant and get down. If you had a dream or a vision that you started and gave up on, like, the dream is not dead. You just got to pick it back up. It's waiting for you to pick it up and keep moving. So that's it.
Ooh, I felt that one for sure. That light is not going to come to you. You got to keep moving towards it. And, I was just using that analogy too. Like, it's like you're in that tunnel and, the light is at the end of the tunnel, and it gets brighter the closer you get. But if you stay there at the end of the tunnel, it's not going to get brighter for you. So I definitely felt that. I definitely received that. And I hope all of our viewers did as well. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like we said, make sure you connect with Jazzy. Jazzy, tell them where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Twitter. I rarely be on Twitter, but I'll try my best to start getting on Twitter. But Twitter, TikTok, Instagram is @_GotYoBack, GOTYOBACK. And then if you want to follow my personal page, it's for show _ Jazzy.
Nice. And y'all better go follow, because like we said, we've got a lot to accomplish this year, and we want you to be a part of that community, especially if you're a part of that community that understands the power of having others back and others having yours. So appreciate you for watching. Stay tuned for more. Peace.
Bye.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant stay.